So today on Bear Talk, we're going to talk about something that really answers, do you know who your daddy is? We've all seen these commercials for Ancestry.com, and it seems like a kind of a neat adventure. You give a little bit of your DNA and you can find out so much about your history and so much about your past. And if you look, there's so many stories people post saying, whoa, I didn't know I had this much German in me. I didn't know I was part Cuban. And it's really interesting. So more and more people are doing this, but more and more people are finding out things that they really didn't want to find out. Such as the story we're going to talk about today in Washington State was a lady who found out recently that her father was actually her parents' fertility doctor 36 years ago. And this is now her father. She just wanted to see where she came from as far as nationalities, and here's what she gets. How would we deal with a shock like this?
I'd die initially. I mean, after 36 years, can you imagine your father or mother and someone being like, actually, they're not really your father or mother? And then I'd feel so betrayed by that doctor, and also kind of betrayed by the parents that they never really explained to me maybe what happened, because the doctor did say to them that he was going to mix the father's sperm with a college student, a young college student. He was going to mix the two. So there was always a possibility that that wouldn't be her dad. So why wouldn't they let her kind of know about this so it wouldn't be that crazy of a shock if it turned out that that wasn't her dad?
That's a good question. Maybe things are going so well in their family. Why confuse, maybe jeopardize a great family relationship to say, by the way, here's what we did have to do because it just wasn't working.
I think you owe it to your child if you're going to be using a sperm bank, especially a shady sperm bank. Obviously, they need to be checking regulations of exactly what clinics they're using. But yeah, I really do think that you owe it to your kid to give them some kind of an answer if you know it. Like withholding information, when you bring something, a person into the world, it should be illegal, really. I mean, you're making these choices and then things are going to get unveiled and you never know what's going to happen.
So to be fair, they didn't know that this doctor could be the father. What happened was they asked for a college age person, a tall man, I think they said blue eyes or something like that. Right. And then the doctor actually put his semen into the...
It's one way to cut costs. I guess people downsize everywhere. I mean, your own sperm doesn't cost you anything. We go through so much sperm every hour. Most of us. Well, isn't that in your book?
No, but it will be next book.
I think maybe it will be. But I do think it is sad for this girl to find out. And I understand what you're saying about, well, it's, parents should explain to a child this may not actually be your father. But we have in so many cases where kids don't know they're adopted and parents know that. And sometimes that goes through their whole life without that. So it's the big picture of, are we ready to really find out what results DNA is going to tell us? And also, because of now how big the story is going to be with his name on it, people are not going to go to him. Anyways, like seriously, like his practice it probably is pretty much done if you're going to do things like this. So, but you know what? It just shows if you're not ready to see results, positive or negative, maybe we're best not to do that, because in a way, DNA plays God, and sometimes when we play God, we get the gift from the devil. This is BareTalkTV. I'm Darren Storsley. Looking forward to next time.